Welcome back to Secondhand Overland. I'm your host, Matt Kester. Today's a really special day for me because I finally get to review a product that I've had my eyes on for a long time. And it's been a product that I've wanted for a long time. Due to the nature of economics, I just haven't been able to acquire on my own. Fortunately, through the magic of this channel and this community and somebody seeing a video that we'd made on something else, we were presented with the opportunity to review an Wouxun KG-1000G. Thanks by twowayradios.com.
And now we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons why the Wouxun KG-1000G is the best mobile GMRS radio you can buy, hands down. First,
this is the granddaddy of all GMRS radios that you're going to find out there currently on the market. And what I mean by that is, this is a true 50 watt radio, but it's also not a system on a chip. It's a tibit. You know what? VoiceOver me is going to tell you the exact kind of radio this is and why this is important, because I can't think of the big words right now. I'm just too excited.
The KG-1000G is what is known as a Superhetrodyne radio. In the simplest non-nerd terms, it's the classic radio standard, dating back to the original heterodyne radio technology developed during World War I. This design allows for the highest levels of sound quality and sensitivity. However, the computer age allowed for the development of cheaper to manufacture systems known as radio on a chip, which feature less precise clarity and quality. The KG-1000G has the distinction of being the only 50 watt GMRS radio currently in production that we are aware of features superheterodyne construction.
But this is also probably the most expensive GMRS Mobile, or at least I should say new Part 95 certified GMRS Mobile. It's probably the most expensive one on the market right now, but for good reason. This is built like an old school radio, and it's built like a tank, and it's very well done. It is only available at buytwowayradios.com, affiliate links below. Number 2 reason, and this is really awesome, and this counters some of the criticism that I'm sure that people are going to say why they're going to pick the MXT 575 when it finally comes out, and because of all the controls on the handle, form factor, remote mounting. Well, check this out. The KG-1000G has multiple mounting options. You can mount it as a single chassis with the faceplate on it, device right on your dash, under your dash, whatever. But if you don't have that kind of real estate to mount it, well, no problem. Or you can take the faceplate off and remote mount it just like we have it in our 1998 Land Rover Discovery 1. We ended up taking and mounting the actual radio chassis itself underneath the passenger seat, and then just ran the control wire up to the headliner via the A-pillar, and whoopity-doo, it wasn't very hard. But what that gives us now is that radio control panel right out in the good line of sight where you can see those nice big numbers and control all of the functions that you need to get at. There aren't any other Part 95 certified GMRS mobile radios, again, that I know of that have this feature. The closest you're going to get is going to be the Midland, where you have all of the Midland controls at your hand in the goofy Midland architecture and the Midland velvet glove world that doesn't let you want to play nice with repeaters. And that brings me to point 3. You've got almost an unlimited supply of extra channels. You got 1,000, okay? You get 999 to be exact. But the thing is you can store not only a wide spectrum of VHF and UHF channels outside of the GMRS spectrum to monitor and scan, which it's very useful to be able to do that, especially when you're traveling or whatever. Also, you can use any number of those 999 to save extra repeater channels. And what I mean by that is that there's only a limited amount of channels on GMRS that are repeater capable. The number is that many. Inevitably, you're going to find yourself in another area with another repeater that's on the same frequency as the one you just left, but you want to talk to that one. If you are using a Midland radio, you would have to pull out your handy dandy remote control and your decoder card, and then find the repeater's CTCS code, decoder card, your Midland radio, and you'd have to do that every time you went somewhere. You don't have to do that. You can literally program in a whole plethora of repeaters, as I have done with the Southwest GMRS network here. I have every single one of those repeaters, many of them having different tones, all programmed into this radio with their actual name displayed inside of the display. It makes it really nice and convenient when I'm traveling, which brings me to number 3. This thing has multiple scan groups. So you can establish a group of channels within the programming that you want to scan. Call it scan group A or scan group B. If you're traveling around and you're in an area like the Southwest here and you're trying to find one of or any of the Southwest repeaters that are nearest you with the best signal, I can literally set up a scan group and tell it scan Southwest until by chance we'll pick up one of those repeaters as somebody talks on it, and you'll know, okay, well, this is one I'm gonna try first. That brings me to number 3, or is that number 4? I don't know. What number is it? It's that one. Okay. The manual. Almost all of these, let's call them, I don't want to say cheap Chinese radios. It's inevitably what somebody will call it in the comments. Anyway, all of these lower cost imported radios all seem to have manuals that just aren't well written. They aren't well written because the people that are writing them, generally speaking, probably aren't native English speakers and they're doing the best they can. Wouxun or Buy Two-Way Radios or somebody in that loop has invested the time and money to put together manuals for all of their radios that are worded so that your average English-speaking person can read and understand them without hardly any effort. I don't know if that's buytwowayradios.com or if Wouxun is actually invested in it on their end, but it's something that I definitely appreciate, and I appreciate it with every Wouxun product I touch. I know that at least as I'm going through this, I'm not gonna have to be playing the guessing game with the wording in the manuals. Those are my reasons for buying this radio. I've had this thing in the Land Rover now for 3 or 4 weeks. It's gone on multiple long multi-day trips and it has performed flawlessly. I can't stress that enough. Like, this radio is just amazing. And with the Nagoya antenna that buytwowayradios.com sent us with the radio, it gets amazing reception. It's super clear. I can usually pull in a signal with this just, well, a lot better than my handhelds, at least stronger. And of course, that 50 watts of power behind it pretty much means if you can see it, you're gonna hit it. And that's another great point, is this is a full 50 watt radio. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this thing. I am fully in love with it. And something you will need to take in consideration though, if you're gonna order this radio through buytwowayradios.com, is that it is perennially back ordered. And that's just because of the world that we live in. It is hard for buytwowayradios.com to get their shipment in. But when they do get it in, they fulfill that whole lot of back orders and start the process again. But if you think that you're just gonna sit here and watch and wait until it comes up magically as in stock one day, you're gonna be sadly mistaken. Just go ahead and log in, create your account, put that radio in your cart and order it on back order, and once it comes in, they'll go ahead and fulfill that order. But like I said, you're gonna be waiting a little bit of time, but it's better than waiting till never. And that would be if you just sat around waiting for it to show up as in stock. If that interests you, I got the link in the description below it. All right, it's getting dark and I still gotta shoot the B-roll for this segment. So until next time, I'm Matt Kester. Be good.